Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be doing our daily transparency update, and I'm not going to say as usual, because as of recently, I know I've missed a few portfolio updates, just been feeling a little bit under the weather, but I should be good now. I'm feeling pretty good, so back on the grind. But like I said, with these transparency updates, if you're new here, that just includes me talking about Tesla stock specifically, the rest of the market, and also the portfolio's progress for each day. But it's just fun to look back at these videos to see all of the progress over the previous months and things like that, and especially over this past year, since this is the 31st of December and we have New Year's tomorrow. And of course, we always have to keep that constant conversation going around Tesla stock. But as I stated, with tomorrow being New Year's, January 1st, we ended off 2020 on a really positive note for Tesla stock. Not only did we hit an all-time high share price for Tesla stock today, but we also had it hitting over $700 per share, which is a big notable milestone to end off the year with. So I'm really excited to that, and just want to say a big congrats to anybody who owned Tesla stock over this past year. With my videos, I kind of wanted to just keep that stream of consciousness out there with me just constantly discussing the things that I'm feeling about the market, and with me readjusting the portfolio and finally going all in on Tesla stock. And I wanted to try to convey some of my thoughts and reasoning as to why I'm buying Tesla stock. Hopefully some of the information and my thought process has been useful for some of you all this year. But just a huge congrats to anybody who made some nice gains this year, and especially those that held through the crash as well. If you were already investing before the crash and instead of panic selling at the bottom, you held through, that really takes a lot of conviction and someone who understands that the best way to invest is just simply holding for the long term. And that's just my opinion, of course. As always, nothing that I see in this video is to be considered financial advice. But even aside from all of the craziness that has happened in 2020 so far, this has actually been a fantastic year for the stock market, and especially Tesla stock specifically. If we take a look here, I think it's over like 700% in gains. If we look at the 5-year chart, not the 5-year, the 1-year chart, yes, 770.59% gain for Tesla stock. It would have definitely been ideal if I was all in on Tesla stock at the beginning of this year, but with the lessons that I've learned along the way, it's pretty much priceless, because lessons through experiences are some of the most valuable things you can gain in life, because it really sticks with you and it's something that you learn going forward. And as always, I almost forgot, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoy the Tesla videos and the transparency updates. As I was stating though, lessons through experiences can be really valuable, and in retrospect, of course, hindsight is 2020 on Tesla stock at the beginning of the year, but honestly, there's nothing that I really regret over this past year of investing. Pretty much any large decision that I've made this year that I can think back on actually ended up turning out well for me. So in terms of do I have any regrets other than that hindsight is 2020 thing, where we would obviously pick the best performing stock of the year, aside from that, really, I have no regrets so far for this year. And like I said, those lessons that I've learned through experience are pretty much priceless, and I have them in consideration when going forward as well. Referencing back to Tesla stock specifically, as I stated, we had an all-time high share price of $718.72 per share today, and then we also had an all-time high share price close as well for Tesla stock at $705.67 per share. So we hit the all-time high of over $700, and we hit an all-time high close of over $700 as well. With that, we had around 49 million in trading volume. So honestly, this has been a stellar year for Tesla stock, and I really can't think of a better way to end it. I mean, obviously it could have gone up a little bit more, but in terms of the last couple of days being green days and ending the year at over $700 per share and an all-time high share price, that's just outstanding, and I can't think of a better way to end the year. So I'm really excited about that. But just addressing the portfolio specifically for today, now that I think about that, not only did Tesla stock have a stellar year, but my portfolio did as well, with us hitting an all-time high on the 31st of December. A lot of things to be excited about, but as you can see, we currently have a portfolio value of $286,902.06, and in the normal market hours today, we had a plus 1.72% gain. That is plus $4,845.32, and then in the after hours, we are currently at minus 0.10%, just a little bit after 4 p.m., and that is at minus $297.37. Aside from Tesla stock specifically, we also have NASDAQ at plus 2% today, VOO is at plus 0.58%, so really across the board here today, aside from some of these tech stocks like Amazon and Shopify and Nvidia, it was really a good day for some of the ones in the market, and then Tesla stock as well. So like I said, a lot of things to be excited about. I'm really looking forward to see where Tesla goes specifically in 2021, because as we've been getting with a lot of news pieces lately, there's a lot to be happening in 2021 with speculation around the Cybertruck, the Austin, Texas Gigafactory, the Berlin Gigafactory, Shanghai pumping out Model Ys as well. So many things to be happening with Tesla stock. And the crazy thing thing is that 2020 is not anywhere close to Tesla's peak performance, and that's what's so exciting because we still have the steepest part of that S-curve ahead of us, and there's a lot of things to be unfolding with Tesla stock in the future and the company, with Elon Musk talking about being confident about full self-driving in 2021, so there's many things to look forward to. And just addressing the portfolio for the rest of the time frames as well, for the past week we are currently up 4.93%, that is plus $13,485.67. For the past month we are at plus 21.86%, that is plus $51,471.95. For the past 3 months, we are at plus 63.27%. That is plus $111,181.83. Really crazy to think that I've made 50K in 1 month and 100K in 3 months. That's like astonishing money to me because it took me 23 years. That's how old I am right now. It took me 23 years to get my first 100K. Well, technically, I guess 22 years if we consider when I actually hit that value this year. But still, it took me 22 years counting investments to get a net worth of $100,000. And then we earn over $100,000 just over this past 3 months. So that's really just crazy to think about. And then for the past year, we are currently at plus 177.45%, which is plus $183,449.12. And then finally, for the all-time chart, it's not that different, but we're at plus 179.44%, which is plus $184,193.63. Addressing the actual movement for Tesla stock today, we started out at 9 a.m. at plus 0.71%. That was around plus $2,000. And then once the normal market hour started at 9:30, we were at plus 0.81%. Had a little bit of a dip. It spiked back up to this point at 9:40, and that's when we dip a little bit under the line and hit the lowest point of the day at exactly 10 a.m. That was at around minus 0.16%, and then from 10 a.m. onwards, we actually had a big uphill climb all the way to this peak at plus 3.65%, and then from that point on until about this point right here, we had some small scale volatility until 2:10 p.m., and it was at around plus 3.48% at that point in time, and then from really that last 2 hours of the normal market hours, we had a significant dip until it hits this point at 3:30 p.m. at plus 0.54%. From that point onwards, we started to see some people take advantage of this dip right here, and it brought us back up to this point at 3:55 at plus 1.85%, dipped back down, and then in the after hours, it has pretty much been a flat line, nothing really significant so far. I'm definitely okay with that. I'm actually a big fan of when after hours are super low key, when we only see like plus or minus 0.10% or plus or minus 0.15, 0.20%. And just addressing another thing as well, for those of you that are familiar with my videos, some of you may know that I put around a $25,000 investment on margin. Technically it's $26,000, but I really don't count that extra $1,000 since it's basically a no interest cost to me since I already have Robinhood Gold. I purchased Robinhood Gold regardless for these videos for that extra level of detail about the stocks, so I'm going to have that anyway, so that's why I don't really consider that extra $1,000. But I basically put an extra $25,000 borrowed on margin for Tesla stock. I think it was at a share price of $587 per share. It was actually one of those things that could obviously go either way, but I had some conviction that it could potentially go up, especially with all of this S&P 500 inclusion stuff happening, and with a lot of the index fund trackers as well having to make purchases, and with retail investors buying in as well. So I made that 25K purchase at that share price of $587, and if we compare that to where Tesla stock is currently, obviously it could go down in the future, but I'm in it for the long term, and I really think this is going to be very rewarding for me in the long term. And like I said, obviously in the short term, it could go either way, but so far, that bet is paid off over $100 per share that I purchased, which I believe was almost 43 shares at that point in time. So that has actually paid off pretty well for me. I plan on keeping that borrowed on margin for a while now because when I made the purchase, the margin interest rate was 5%, but Robinhood has actually dropped that interest rate down to 2.5%. So they halved the rate. And now I can basically keep that on margin for 2 years for the same rate that I was going to be keeping it on for a full year. So I have to admit, right now, I'm really not in a big rush to pay that off. And what I could actually do is, instead of putting more money into this Robinhood account, which I think automatically goes towards this margin payment, I could just put some more in Tesla stock in a separate account in Fidelity, and I could sort of leverage this margin debt that I have on Robinhood that is paying off for me so far. And that's actually something that I've been considering and will likely do in the future in 2021. With this video, I just wanted to have some more transparency and update you all on the portfolio, as we have been seeing some significant movements yesterday and today, and with us hitting this over $700 share price. So please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed enjoyed this video, and feel free to check out my referral links to Robinhood and Webull in the description below. I believe Webull is still offering 4 free stocks right now if you sign up with my referral link. Of course, with Robinhood, you'll get 1 free stock as well, but with Webull, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $250 just for signing up with my referral link, and then you can get another 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600 for depositing $100 into your Webull account. And you should be able to take that $100 right back out after your funds settle, and you can also sell those free stocks to buy Tesla stock or whatever stock you're interested in. So it's basically nice passive income with minimal effort, and it's definitely something that I think should be taken advantage of, and it also helps support the channel, which I really appreciate. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.